show keeps the drama in place. Let's go, where the heroes rise and the legends grow. CJP brings the shots, you know, the EVP show is out of control.
What is going on, everyone? It's the EVP from the EVP show, and also known as the Golden Boy of DWE. I am here tonight. We are doing the NXT deadline predictions, but I cannot be doing it alone. I have two special guests that I've been wanting to bring on the EVP show for quite some time now. I'm going to go to them and let them introduce themselves. And yeah, they are part of Gimmick Table Media as well. So I will go to Lady Alpha first. Go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself, and then I will go to Michael.
Okay, well, I'm Lady Alpha. I'm from the Wrestling Divas podcast. I host with my friend Autumn on Tuesday nights at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard. I am considered a noob because I have only been watching wrestling for a year and 2 months, and I've only been watching NXT for about 6. So very new to this. I now, to be fair, I did watch for like a couple of months many years ago. Long enough to know that Kane was my favorite wrestler of all time, or to establish that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's me.
Well, I'm excited and glad to have you on today. Like I said, I joined up with you guys just maybe a month or two ago when I came back from my break. So it's been a pleasure, just working with you guys. It's been a lot of fun. The chats are always super fun. You guys put out great content. I say it on every one of my streams. Make sure you guys subscribe to Lady Alpha and also Autumn and the Wrestling Divas podcast. Give them a subscription on YouTube. Yeah, definitely. So my next guest he needs no introduction, but I'm going to give him one anyway. He is one half of Kicking Out at 2 podcast with Tori. It is at Horror Wrestling, and make sure you spell it right. or you won't get the right Michael, but it is Michael the Brains. What's going on, brother?
Nothing much, man. Yeah, I'm Michael. I do a podcast with my best friend for going on 20 years now. Tori, just talking about wrestling every Tuesday and playing some games every Thursday.
Yes, and also as well as Lady Alpha, make sure you guys, we are streaming live to my YouTube channel, my X, and Miami the Greats X as well. Make sure you give Michael the Brains at HORROR Wrestling on X, and Kicking Out at 2 podcast, a sub on YouTube as well. So thanks you guys for coming on. Obviously we got NXT deadline coming up this Saturday. You can see it in the background. I kind of like to do the PLEs as my background just for, I don't know. It's just one of those things. I usually have JC Jane up there when it comes to NXT. She's my favorite. I don't know why. I didn't like her for the longest time, but she has grown on me a lot. I hate that she's missing this PLE. But I'm sure we'll see her maybe a Saturday night's main event from what I'm hearing, or if not, definitely New Year's Evil or something like that. New Year's PLE. So I guess we'll go ahead and jump into it. I don't really know where to start with matches. It's crazy because this match is actually I'm writing all this down as I did with Survivor Series. So since it's a 5-match card, we'll kind of just we'll pick a winner on the singles matches, but obviously in the Iron Survivor, we can just kind of go a little crazy with it and say, like, who do we think is going to be first? Who do we think is going to be last? And who do we think pins who? If you guys don't mind, like, that'll just kind of spice it up a little bit with the prediction. It's just for fun. I mean, just us three anyway. So, Yeah, so kicking off NXT deadline will be Ricky Saints, who won the NXT championship off of Obafemi not very long ago. He will be defending the title. Obviously, Oba was off of NXT television for a little while. Probably took a break because he was a champion for God, like what, over 300 something days, I think.
Yeah.
Long time. So he's going to be defending against Oba Femi. The way I like to do it on my prediction shows is you guys are my guests, so I'm never going to go first. I will always go last. I will rotate with you guys, and you guys can give me your picks and tell me why do you think that person will win if you guys don't mind. I'm gonna start with Lady Alpha first on this. Like I said, this is crazy. It's kicking off the show, so it's a big one.
Well, I have Ricky Saints winning, simply for the fact that he has not held that belt very long. And I sincerely believe that this is just like a hiccup before Oba moves up to the main roster. So I'm going to hang on to that until they prove otherwise because that's what I want. I want to see him on the main roster and not stuck down at NXT. So yeah, Ricky Saints retains.
So just to touch on that, Lady Alpha, I was actually shocked. Not that Oba lost the title, because like I said, he had been champion a while. He had went through every single competitor on the roster, but him not getting that call up, that was for me. I thought he was going to be in the last time of the Now tournament. Me and you had talked about it. Me and Michael. Michael comes on several of my recap shows. We talk about it a lot. Like that tournament was very disappointing. I think a lot of people that throw the shade and the hate toward Tony Khan and AEW need to start throwing that same energy at Triple H, because he makes all these promises, but for me, the John Cena tournament, obviously, we'll talk about that next week probably with Saturday Night's main event, but it's been an utter disappointment, like not having Oba Femi in it. I mean, Javon was in it, but besides Javon, what was it, Matt Cardona, Nick Nemeth, but still, like, the younger talent, like, this is supposed to be John Cena putting Oba Femi should have been in this tournament. Long story short, for me anyway. We do have a comment from Greg. It says, "Shout out to Gimmick Table Media, DWE. Hey everyone, what's going on,
Greg?
Hey, Greg.
What's going on, Greg? Greg is become a big fixture of the EVP show. The logo in the top corner right there, Greg made, and he also is responsible for all the wild, crazy AI videos that you guys see in the Gimmick Table Media chat that I post for the stream. But that's a good pick, Lady Alpha. You're going Ricky Saints. Yeah, I'll give my opinion on that, but I definitely I'm writing that down. Ricky Saints for you, Michael. So, do you agree with Lady Alpha, or do you think there's a shot that they put the title back on the Oba again because of ratings, or what's your thoughts on it?
No, I agree with her. I think Ricky, the way he got it off of the Oba, if they turn around and give it to Oba right now, it kind of negates the challenge it was for Ricky to get the title in the first place. And plus, Oba's been primed for that main event call up for a while now. So there's no reason for him to keep hanging out down there. We need to make this a more dominant run for Ricky. And I think beating Oba is going to do that. Plus, it's the opening match. I don't expect anything wild and crazy to happen in the first match of the night.
I agree 100%. So for me, I can't. It's hard, obviously, with Survivor Series, I was going opposite from Greg and Reg on every pick, it seemed like. But on this one, I will agree with you guys. They did just put the title on Ricky Saints. As Lady Alpha mentioned earlier, Oba Femi is main roster ready. I mean, Ricky Saints is, I believe, as well, but he needs to have established some sort of a lot longer title reign. I think if they take the title off of him now, like, what was the whole point of him beating Oba to begin with?
Yeah.
And then where do we go from here? Like, because Oba's beaten the entire roster. So I think it's kind of a no-brainer. A lot of people I've seen on social media, the IWC, are wanting to see Ricky Saints get the title. I mean, Oba to get the title back, but I think that's for like personal, selfish reasons. But logistically, I don't see no, and it's opening the show, like Michael said. So I don't think it's going to be a whole lot of shenanigans. One question to both of you guys before we move on to the next match. Do you guys think that Ricky Saints, and I mean, this isn't going to go like with our predictions or anything, but do you guys think that Ricky's going to beat Oba clean? Or do you think there's going to be any type of like, think it might be a DQ? Or you think he's beating him clean twice? Y'all can either one, it doesn't matter.
I think there's probably going to be some shenanigans, because Oba can't take the L. He can't. He really shouldn't take an L, especially if they're trying to, another L. I mean, this would be a second.
Yep.
From losing the title before. So, in order for him to not have that L on his record, they're going to have to bring someone in to interfere, and I think it's going to be Trick Williams.
Oh wow, you heard it there. Heard it here first. You think Trick Williams is going to be the one to get involved? What about you, Michael? You think I love where Lady Alpha's at with having Oba getting pinned back to back. I'm not crazy about that either.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts? You think any possibility Ricky Saints wins clean to establish that dominance to enhance his title reign, or do you think we see some shenanigans since it's opening?
So the last match he already caught Oba sleeping the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Was able to do quite a few of those DDTs, get him off his game, got the win, kind of surprisingly. I personally think Ricky Saints has floundered in NXT, and I think he's always been better as that smarmy heel.
Mm-hmm.
So booking with my heart, I think there's going to be shenanigans, and I hope it's because he turns heel.
Oh wow! So you're calling for a heel turn from Ricky Saints? That's I like that. Before we move on, I agree with both of you guys. I think Trick could get involved. We could see a heel turn from Ricky. So for me, I think it was the first or second NXT recap stream I ever did because, like I said, I'm only 5 or 6 months into NXT. I was just a big Raw, SmackDown, LFG. I did a lot of LFG coverage before I got with you guys in DWE. I was so disappointed when they brought Ricky and when they brought Blake Monroe into NXT as baby faces, because I said Blake is not going to cut it as a face in NXT. And it did not take them long. Triple H even said it, like, this isn't working. Like, we got to flip you to a heel. Like, she's a natural heel. And I do like what you're saying as far as Ricky Saints. I do feel like I think he's a better heel. I'm gonna go with Lady Alpha. I think we see. It's tough to say. I think it could be Trick, but I also think that there's a possibility Josh Briggs. I know he's fought Oba before, and also Ricky Saints, but he's always lurking around. But another name to maybe throw out there, he's been doing a lot of vignettes. I covered him on LFG Season 1 where he finished runner-up. Also covered him on LFG Season 2 where he was the winner. They've done 3 vignettes on him in the last 3 weeks. Could we see Shallow Hill maybe? I don't know. I mean, that would be to get him on the car, to get him out there,
I mean, that would be cool to bring him in as to cause some trouble, because I think they did that with Jasper Troy.
Mm-hmm.
But my thing is that kind of really doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Right, right.
For me, and it could be Miles Bourne for all I know, because
Could.
whoever wins the Iron Survivor is facing whoever is holding the belt.
Mm-hmm.
So, the easier option for whoever is facing for the belt would be Ricky Saints, because
Right.
as you said a couple of times, and we've all seen, Oba has run through that roster.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anyone has really beat him,
Nope.
except for Ricky.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone else is going to view Ricky as being the easier option of the two to face to take the belt. And so I think that's why there's going to be shenanigans. And Trick Williams has been very, give me my belt. It's my belt. Give it back. Kind of like
Yeah.
a kid whose toy got taken away or something. Um, and Miles Bourne has also kind of taken on this determination that
Mm-hmm.
he needs that belt to solidify himself in NXT. So it could go either way. I'm leaning Trick, because Trick, he don't want to face Oba again, and we don't want to see that again. He's faced him what, 2, 3 times already. Um, so I really believe that it makes more sense for Trick or even Miles to get involved and to cause a DQ. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know a lot about Shiloh. I've been watching his vignettes. He's he looks kind of cool.
Yeah.
I'm kind of excited to see what kind of character and how his wrestling style, because I don't watch LFG. I watch
Mm-hmm.
a lot of TV as it is. I mean, I went years without watching TV, hardly at all.
Mm-hmm.
I had like 2 shows, like 2 hours a week was all the TV I watched.
Right.
And now I'm watching Raw, NXT, my shows. My 2 shows are still on.
Mm-hmm.
And football, and then SmackDown, and the PLEs is like, oh my God, I can't even walk away from the television.
Yes. So
You
so
used to
much
have
to
so
watch.
much time on your hands.
I never no. Just because I wasn't watching TV doesn't mean I didn't have that I had a lot of time. I spent that time writing mostly, but
So yeah, I mean it all makes sense. Like I said, I covered you know, I covered so much of LFG that, like, I mean, I've had one-on-one conversations with Danny Ray when I first got into YouTube, the content creating. I mean, I had several private DMs, like, just hello, like, she was one of my first LFG follows. She won season 2. She was actually in the speed tournament, the women's speed tournament that they just had. She lost to Fallon Henley. But yeah, so I feel like they dropped the ball a little bit with Jasper Troy. They started something with them, but I mean, we kind of haven't seen much from him since. But Shiloh is something special. He finished runner up to Jasper in season 1, and then he ended up winning season 2. So I feel like he's gonna be something special. He was with the Undertaker both seasons of LFG, and he kind of reminds me similar to, like, persona wise, to the Undertaker. So I'm looking forward to that for sure. We have a comment. I don't know if you guys are able to repost the stream on X. I have 3 devices going at once, so trying to get as many people in there as I can. Shout out to at Herb and Raj podcast. The first time I think I've seen them on my show, but welcome. And
They're a
also,
regular with the gimmick.
okay,
yeah, they're
Giveaway.
dear friends of ours.
okay,
It's
perfect,
probably
perfect,
Herb.
Yes, it's Herb.
perfect.
It's Herb. I was talking to Herb earlier and told him
Okay.
about the show. So, hi,
Okay, perfect,
Herbie.
perfect. Perfect. Well, yeah, welcome to the EVP show. I'm glad you brought them along. Obviously, give those guys a subscription as well on
Great
YouTube.
football content over there.
I'll have to check it out. I do think that I do think that I do sub to them on YouTube. So back to you, Michael. Do you think there's a possibility of of a Miles Bourne? Like who do you see? Who can you possibly see like interfering? Because I mean, Lash just got caught up and she's banging it right now, and
Yeah.
obviously her and Trick are together. They like to keep the couple together. So who do you think? I mean, could possibly interfere?
Well, I mean, the first thing is the smart thing is they would have to interfere against Oba because that's you're not going to have someone come in and help anybody get the title and then go for the title. So we're not going to do any shenanigans like that. I don't think we're going to see anybody from the Iron Survivor tournament. I don't think that's going to happen. With them having the match later that night, I just don't see them muddying that waters. Trick could make sense, absolutely, because like you said, Lash is already up there. Make perfect sense why he would come with them, especially because they've went out so publicly with the engagement, the tweets about the ring because she was wearing the ring during the match.
She was, and it's big. It's super big. Like it's like bam.
Yeah. Unfortunately, she couldn't see it after that match was done. I think Trick's probably the best call for it. He's a heel. He follows Oba up to the main roster. That kind of becomes the thing. I honestly would kind of hope that it's Mello, to be honest. Just to kind of go to the flip side of it. Mello brings him up to the roster because he's pissed off about not getting his opportunities, and so he's going to come down here and ruin somebody else.
That's a good one. That is a good one. I didn't even think about Mello. Yeah, you guys are too good. I can't really top that. Yeah, it could be Mello. That's definitely a good one for sure. All right, so we are all picking Ricky Saints to retain. We all think it's going to be. I don't see it being a clean win for sure. So we're going to move on to the men's NXT North American Championship. The match was made pretty late in the show last night. We saw Ava meeting a double champ. He's also part of the mixed tag champs in AAA with Chelsea Green. All Ego. Ethan Page will be defending the men's North American Championship against Mr. Iguana. I'm going to start with you, Michael, on this.
I really wish I could say I think Mr. Iguana is going to win this, but I have no faith in that at all. It's going to be Ethan Page. They have treated the AAA folks in the main product so horribly when it comes to getting wins and getting any momentum. If we would have seen him signed like we had heard rumored they were trying to do a couple months back, then maybe I'd have more faith in it. But if he's just going to go back to AAA at the end of the week, I don't see him winning it.
All right. I agree. So, Lady Alpha, do you think, after you answer, I'll go back to both of you guys on this because it's a big question. Do you see, Lady Alpha, go ahead with your pick, and then I'll ask both of you guys a question about Ethan Page.
Well, I agree with Michael. 100%. It's going to be Ethan Page because Mr. Iguana, I love Mr. Iguana. He's one of my favorites. I watch AAA. I cover AAA. Learning Spanish, well, kind of, for that reason. But Mr. Iguana is, forgive me for saying so, he is a gimmick, and his sole purpose is to get more eyes on AAA because AAA is now a WWE product.
Right.
or a TKO product, however you want to fix that, or however you want to speak that about that. So yeah, it's definitely going to be Ethan.
Yeah. I'm also going to go with Ethan Page. I think that is. I mean, I agree with everything you say. Like he's and Michael as well. Mr. Iguana is great. Like I love Mr. Iguana, but realistically, is he taking the title off of Ethan Page? No. So I'm gonna go with Ethan Page to retain. I do think he pin. I think he beats. Like he legitimately beats. I don't think it's. I mean, he may get some help from Chelsea or the Secret Harvest or something like that, but I do think he gets a pinfall win over Mr. Iguana. But I will ask, ask both of you, what do you guys think is going to be? Who do you think is going to be the person that takes the title or can challenge to take the title off of Ethan Page? I'll start with Michael on this one.
Goodness.
Had to stomp you a little bit, man. You guys are
Yeah, a little bit. Not to give away nothing for later, but I think maybe Miles. We got to give him some sort of title, because we've been working so hard with him. He's still got to find some way not to look like a baby Randy, but I think maybe rewarding him with that might be a good idea.
Yeah, that's a good one. What about you, Lady Alpha?
Actually, I disagree. With Miles, I think Miles has got, they've got him aimed at the NXT title. So the North American title, I think they're going to possibly give that to Joe Hendry.
Wow, Joe Henry.
It
That's a
also
good.
makes sense for the story because,
That's a good
I
one.
mean, Ethan Page and Chelsea Green have faced
Mm-hmm.
Thea Hale and Joe Hendry for the tag titles before at AAA.
Mhm.
The AAA tag title.
Yep. Yes. The
So
mix tag. Correct.
and they've had this kind of like feud going on off and on between Joe Hendry and Ethan, and Thea and Chelsea are kind of like recent add-ons to that, but they've been going back and forth. So I think it makes more sense for Joe to take it.
I like that. I was also gonna say Joe Hendry. Only because of the storyline, honestly, because like I said, they did have the mixed tag match with Chelsea and Ethan against Joe and Thea. But I do like what Michael said, obviously about Miles, but because obviously like it was reported a couple of months ago that Miles Borman, which let me just say this, he is the luckiest man alive. I'm sure unless you've been living under a rock, everybody knows he's dating Stephanie Valcour. So lucky guy. Shout out to Miles Bourne for that. But he is due for a major push, so I think it's gonna be leaning more towards like the NXT title. Is my opinion on that. But that's good stuff from you guys. You guys are hard to stomp. So he commented, if you're stopping by, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you never miss a moment of this great channel. Appreciate that, Michael. Appreciate that a lot. Yeah, and
It's good to have
also
that little reminder in the chat every so often.
oh yeah, I need to get one that like goes across the bottom, but I put that little thing up in the top right. So, all right, so we will move on to match 3. This match for me.
Come out whenever you're ready.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, I was talking to someone off screen here.
Okay. Are you good or okay?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay.
We're good.
So, we're gonna move on. It's for me. It's a grudge match. she is responsible for Tatum Paxley losing the title to my queen, JC Jane, the 2-time NXT champion. I love some JC. You guys know that. I'm always posting the JC gifts and the gimmick chat. But yeah, we're gonna have Izzy Dame going up against Tatum Paxley, and it's a revenge match. So I started with Michael, I think, last time. I'm gonna start with Lady Alpha here. Who wins and why?
Well, I can't go against my girl. I can't do it. And she deserves the win. So I'm going with Tatum Paxley because I think it makes more sense for her be to come out and defeat Izzy, because right now Izzy's head is, I'm the best, I'm better than you. You were nothing without me and all this stuff. She's got the crowd behind her, as we heard on NXT. I just watched that episode, so um, I think the smart choice is to give Tatum the win here.
So you're going with Tatum Paxley.
Mhm.
Interesting. Yeah, I love Tatum. I'll give my thoughts after Michael. Michael, so Izzy Dame supposed to be in for a big push. Obviously she's dating Braun Breaker. That doesn't hurt her in the wrestling business to be dating a Steiner. I think they could possibly be engaged. I'm not sure. I do tend to try to find out stuff on that angle because like it helps with like, because people are like, okay, why is Lash and Trick going to be on the same show? Well, they're engaged, stuff like that. So, who do you have? Izzy or Tatum? Obviously Izzy is backed up by the Cullen. I mean, Tatum's kind of like a lone wolf, or is she? Are we going to see somebody help Tatum Paxley? Who do you got and why with Izzy and Tatum?
So I feel like this is not going to be like a long-term thing. I feel like this is going to be, we finish this quickly. So I think with the fans being behind Tatum, I think with the quick betrayal and with that fire promo that Tatum did, the way she ended it, I think we're going to end up with her overcoming this. So I do think Tatum's going to get it. Gives closure to the feud. We can get Dame maybe to go more hardcore after this. After actually mixing up with a dark character like Tatum, maybe she gets a little more hardcore with it too, to help build herself up too.
All right, so we got 2 Tatum Paxleys. Well, for once, it seems like us 3 are a pretty good solid trio here. With the at least with the prediction shows. Like I said, if you guys I know Michael was in on my Survivor Series predictions. And I went completely against Reg and Greg on almost every pick, and I think I finished 3-1. I lost Nikki. I lost Nikki and Stephanie. I just thought, Nikki would just turn heel, but now I see why Nikki lost. Liv Morgan is the next to go after Stephanie Blackcourt. I'm gonna disagree with you guys on this one. I think that Izzy Dame is in for a big push. Tatum did just lose the title. But I think that this was tough. Let me think about this for a second. I'm gonna go with Izzy. I think that the Cullen is just gonna be too much at this point in time. I don't think it's gonna be a one and done though, you guys. I think we're gonna see. I think we're going to see a trilogy. Triple H, Shawn Michaels. So if you guys, well, I don't know if it's still up, but if you guys go to my link tree, back when I was with the main event team in DKO. I got all this EVP merch out. I have a shirt that says Triple H Love Trilogies because my God, how many trilogies have we seen that man make with all these matches?
Yep.
It's unbelievable.
Redundant.
It is. I don't think this is a one and done, guys. But I am unfortunately I'm gonna go with Izzy Dame in this one. I think she's gonna cheat. Obviously, the Cullen's gonna help her win. I'm probably wrong. Tatum probably will win. So we got a comment just 1 second. Shout out to my A1 from day one, the CEO of DWE, my partner on NFL Weekly Recap, Miami the Great. What's going on, brother? Thanks for the retweet. Glad
Welcome
you're
in,
here.
sir. I'll give you some credence on yours though. Like, to me, this is a toss up for me on this one.
It is.
I think Tatum winning makes sense, but I also think Izzy winning makes sense because what you could do with Tatum, and again, it's one of those like I try my hardest not to fantasy book things because then I end up booking something better than I get watching, and then I get mad because they didn't do the thing I wanted them to do. But adding her into the Lyra Bailey thing going on right now could make that even better because then you have someone pulling Lyra away from Bailey. Bailey starts losing it even more because they're taking away the friend, which is it's the flip side, right? Because everybody takes the friends away from Tatum.
Right.
So it becomes kind of the flip of it. That could be fun, and an easy way for her to go up to the main roster would be lose this to Tatum or lose this to Izzy, and then she gets called up.
So you think that Tatum could get called up to join the because if you don't mind, Lady Apple, you could chime in on this as well. This is a good topic because we only have we got a small card to go over. Obviously the next two are the big ones. But we got a few comments. Hold on just 1 second. Miami the Great, yes sir. Gimmick table and the EVP. 167 Miami, not 126. We have 167 people viewing. So yeah, appreciate that. Miami is crazy as always. He loves when I introduce. He loves when I give him that introduction. That I'm sure that hair starts floating out and that tribal wolf in Miami's like, oh, the EVP is giving me that 2-minute intro, but I have to do it for my boy because he brought me out of the dumps. I owe Miami a lot. Great friend, great guy, great person to work for. Also, shout out to After the Slam podcast. They just had Final Boss Baby on. Then they had me on super early, like 9 a.m. The episode title was Mama Rhodes. So make sure you guys check that out. And then also, they also had Michael and Tori from Kicking Out at 2. And I just watched that episode last night. It was really good stuff. Michael, and I will say this, Mama Rhodes, here it is. Hit me up in the DMs and Mama Rhodes. I will say this, Lady Alpha, and Michael can attest because he's in a lot of my recaps. I literally every recap I give a shout out to you guys' YouTube channel. We're all like family. We're all as a team. So like after the slam, you're listening. Make sure you get them girls on because they are fire. They are absolute fire. Lady Alpha is fire. They're a lot of fun. That their content is phenomenal. I don't know Autumn very well. With me and her haven't really spoken very much, but I have listened to her on the shows. I know she's been sick lately, but you guys make sure to check out their content. And after the slam, make sure you hit up Lady Alpha and get her and Autumn on after the slam because they put out great stuff as well. So shout out to After the Slam. I'll hit you up after the show. So back to Lady Apple. What do you think about about Tatum joining, because I told someone this, I think it was Miami, in a personal text. I don't know what they're doing with Bailey. Like, she's seen hanging out with all these AEW people. Like, what are they doing? I mean, is she going to resign? Like, if she seems to be stuck in this same vortex. Like, it seems like they don't WWE really don't know what to do with her anymore. Do you think Tatum would be a good fit into this trio with the two sides of Bailey and then obviously Lyra Valkyria?
It could definitely be an interesting dynamic. When you put obviously Tatum's character has her own mental health issues. Bailey is experiencing hers. So yeah, it could be an interesting dynamic. It could cause Bailey to go further or deeper into her illness. It could help her. You know, they could all go full heel.
They could all go crazy. It can make Lyra
Yeah.
go crazy.
I
They deal
think
with both of them at the same
Bailey's
time.
doing a darn good job. She
I
she
agree.
really is. She is
I
doing a
agree.
good job trying to make Lyra as crazy as she is.
Mhm.
Yes, yes.
But see, Lyra seems to take it all in stride. But that would, like I said, it's an interesting dynamic.
Mhm.
I wouldn't hate it. I definitely wouldn't hate it. I love Tatum, so her on the main roster and getting to see her more um, on either Monday or Friday would be great. Seeing her in PLEs would be awesome. Absolutely. If they want to go that way, I won't be mad if Izzy wins. If they're going to move Tatum up to the main roster. However, I think that before they move Tatum up, she definitely has to get the better of Izzy at least once.
For sure.
I agree. I'm gonna throw this out there for you guys, and I'm just spitballing here because Michael, I gotta get me and you gotta talk more in DMs, man. Because like our brains, I feel like obviously I mean, you guys know I have an inside source. I put stuff in the chat before it happens. I'm wrong sometimes. I don't get everything right, but I do get a lot. I said Gunther. Me and you had went back and forth for days, like plenty of recap shows about this Gunther situation. But
Still don't
um,
like it.
I don't like it, but I think that I don't see it possible LA Knights winning. I don't. I mean, they brought Gunther back with the new with his old NXT UK team. He has to wrestle some SummerSlam. He, like you said on my recap, he retired Goldberg at Saturday Night's main event. So it's more like that Randy Orton type thing that he did, the Legend Killer type thing. But I'm gonna spitball something with the Tatum Paxley thing. So what do you guys think of Tatum getting involved with the Wyatt Six? Because I don't think Alexa Bliss is quite yet going to hit that turn on Charlotte yet. Shout out to Greg. What do you guys think about that?
I think it'd be a fun idea, but I don't think it fits the lore. And I think that they're trying to keep that as much to Bray's envisionment as possible. Because we already have the Sister Abigail character now, and we already have the Witch Abby. So we already have those two roles kind of filled. As much as it'd be fun to have her be part of that world, I don't see that being a thing.
Yeah, I'm just trying to. I'm trying to come up on you, one man. You're outdoing me on my own show. Normally, I'm the one that's throwing out the scoops, and everybody's like, "Oh man, like, well, man, how's he know that?" I just, you know, I did read this. They put the title on Tatum Paxley because obviously it was Halloween Havoc. And this is definitely came from my inside. They put the title back on JC Jane because we're building up for John Cena. Okay, so Triple H went to John Cena and said, we want this last Saturday night's main event to completely be about you. John Cena said, absolutely not. We're not doing that. The GOAT, being the GOAT that he is, super, he's not selfish. He won't. So we're going to see, and hopefully one of you guys are on. If not, hopefully you guys are in the comments for the Saturday night's main event predictions. But we're going to see a lot of NXT WWE matches at Saturday night's main event. I mean, the card's not going to be stacked, but what we see, they wanted to put the title back on JC Jane for something big. Like, they can't bring Tatum Paxley into Saturday night's main event on John Cena's last night. She just, in their eyes, she's not big enough yet. So if that makes any sense, I don't think it's a discrimination or a hatred or anything like that. But JC Jane as a heel with Fatal Influence has just got that it factor. Whether you like her or you don't, like she's killing it as a heel since she beat Bakor. So look for some NXT WWE type matches at Saturday night's main event. I don't know how many is going to be on the card. Triple H, with this four match cards. But yeah, it's good stuff, guys. A couple more comments. Hey, from Greg says, hey again. That's very interesting, but Tatum isn't on the main roster yet. And Nikki Cross and Alexa have history. They do, but Alexa's done a great job of getting Charlotte Flair over to the babyface side. So, what do you guys think? You think either one of you guys think it's time for Alexa to turn, or are you guys liking what the tag division's doing? The women's tag team division finally, like we finally got some action in the tag championships and the women's side at least. Are you guys wanting Alexa to turn on Charlotte or
no? No,
not anytime soon. I don't want that.
I've said it multiple times. Because Charlotte was off when I started watching, so when she came back, I had a hard time connecting with her character at all. I was very disenchanted. Like, okay, why does this woman think she's the queen? That kind of thing. Because I had no idea. I had no idea who she was before she left for injury or anything like that. And I just said, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know about this one. And then she teamed up with Alexa, and it just seemed like she went from I'm doing my job to yay, I get to do my job. Yeah. And so I liked, I started to connect with her more. Than she's happier, she's having more fun. She I like that aspect of her. I don't think that I just don't think she was happy as a solo. And now she is. And I think Alexa is happy being part of the tag team. And obviously, as we just recently saw, the tag team division, the women's tag team division is about to blow up.
It is.
It's about to blow up. It's going to go completely insane. And I'm here for it. But you can't go completely insane without Alexa and Charlotte. You just can't.
I literally said to Lady Alpha, like, I don't know if we got like these crazy senses that we're both like thinking the same exact thing. I said it on the recap show. I said everybody in outside the IWC and X, they love to complain about everything. Nobody's ever happy. But finally, the ending of Raw, guess what? The women are carrying Monday Night Raw. Like, that's the facts. Look what Becky did for the IC title. Mm-hmm. I mean, Maxine is blowing up now. Like, she's putting in hell of a work. And look at the women's tag. Like, they moved Rhea Ripley. Everybody was crying and complaining. Get Rhea out of the world title picture. Well, she's with Io now in the women's tag championship, picture with Kabuki Warriors. And now you throw in Charlotte and Alexa. And then you also throw in Bailey and Lyra, who came out Monday. And now you cannot forget that I don't think they were. I just got to tell you this, guys. Roxanne Perez, 53 or 54 losses since she's been on the main roster. That is terrible. But now Liv is back. So, like, you saw Liv hand that title over to Roxanne. Look out for Raquel and Roxanne in that same conversation. I mean, we could end up with a fatal 5-way for that women's tag title match. I'm here for it. Sign me up.
Absolutely.
Don't forget Lash and Nia.
And Nia as well. So me being a huge Charlotte Flair fan, I've been trying to get a follow back from her. I have like over 30 WWE followers, Randy Orton being my biggest one. I've told everybody when she come back and faced Tiffany at WrestleMania, I was like, she was out for a year. I knew she was going to win the Rumble because, she's Charlotte Flair. But finally she put someone over. And people are always like, oh, she's Charlotte in the bank, guaranteed world champion. I mean, she is similar to her dad, but she can go in the ring. And now, what she did for that little girl with that brain tumor and stuff. You saw, she came out with what she had on and all that for her. I'm loving what Charlotte. If they break up Charlotte and Alexa right now, I am riding on X, guys. Like, I'm gonna go off because
I'll bring the pitchforks.
Bring in the pitchforks, because at the end of the day, like, if it wasn't for Alexa, because you guys know this as well as I do, and I know we're like way off topic, but we only have 2 matches left. Charlotte Flair's character was stale. So, like, they're gonna cheer for Alexa whether she's a heel or whether she's a baby face. So Alexa helped get the crowd behind Charlotte, and now, like you said, Lady Alpha, Charlotte, she just looks like she is having the best time of her career right now. She is loving it, and I'm here for it. I love it. I love Charlotte Flair. What's your thoughts on that, Michael, as far as the women's tag team division? And did you touch on the Alexa Charlotte thing, or that was just me and Lady Alpha getting the pitchforks out?
All I did was agree with you that I don't want it to happen anytime soon.
Okay.
I think the women's tag division right now is they have some internal issues of being able to focus on multiple things at one time. That's the focus of the month. I mean, it's obvious that they are pushing that hard. So we're going to see some great matches. You mentioned like a 6-team or a 5-team. I'd like to see a gauntlet match. I love a good gauntlet match. And having a good women's tag team gauntlet would be a lot of fun. I think when they end up breaking them up, I think it's going to have a lot to do with keeping Charlotte as positive as possible in the fans' eyes and having her be the baby face at the end of it.
Of course.
So we still got to build that up a little bit. I mean, Charlotte's doing great work right now, but the problem that people have with Charlotte is the same people that have with Mercedes Moné, with Roman Reigns, is that they're so good. And so the only thing you can complain about is, well, they're in everything. Well, yeah, because they're so good. Like, it's hard to falter them for just being really good at their job. So, when people say who's the best women's wrestler in the world right now, Charlotte Flair's always near that top of that list because she's just so good. And it is good that now she's having a lot more fun with it. She's obviously having a blast working with the little sister energy between her and Alexa. So, no, keep them together for longer. Help build that relationship. Help build Charlotte up to be the big baby face. Because then when she's done with that, you can have her go against the big monster heel we have right now as a world champ, and her and Jade Cargill will have a barn burner of a match.
Yeah, and I think, Michael, I think you have a great point there because obviously, no discredit to Meechin. She follows me on X
Love Meechin.
and BFAB as well, but those are one offs for Jade Cargill. You know, Jade is just going to kind of run roughshod until Bianca comes back, and like really the only three names on that SmackDown side of the division, women's division, that can ultimately like put up a fight, I would say, a fighting chance to take that title from Jade Cargill is Bianca Belair, Charlotte Flair, or Alexa Bliss. But I think them turning Jade heel, she needs to be the champ for a while. But we are going to see Jade and Charlotte at some point, and it's going to be great. We have a ton of comments I want to get up here. Miami says put Tricky and Oba in main roster. I agree. I think it's past due time. Walter Gregg says the prodigy will rise once again with her sisters behind her. I agree. Liv's back. Watch out for the Judgment Day. Leave Trick on NXT from after the Slam. I love you, buddy, but I don't agree. I think he needs to. He's done it all. He's won the NXT championship a couple of times. He's been TNA champion. It's time for him to put those big boy pants on and come on up to the main and see what he's got up there. But
I think they
shout out to
already foreshadowed his coming up,
yeah,
and Ricky's too, because a few weeks ago, I can't remember which show it was, or if it was a
Mhm.
PLE. They did interviews backstage,
Mhm.
both Ricky and Trick, and Ricky was in front of a blue background, and Trick was in front of a red one.
Yep, yeah, it's
So
true.
I think they're foreshadowing their uh,
Of
rise to
course.
the main roster.
Yep,
They,
Roster.
could be.
they love to do that with the trailers and stuff outside, like they did with The Rock and Stone Cold and all that. We got some more comments from after the Slam. He's calling for a women's TLC match.
Down for that too.
I'm here for that shit. Like, sign me up, take my money. Yes, I love that. Women's four-way TLC match. They can definitely do that. December is TLC month. So shout out to After Slam for all of that. Also, before we move on to the two big main events, shout out again to Lady Alpha from the Wrestling Divas podcast and Michael the Brains at Horror Wrestling, one half of Kicking Out at 2 for my special guest tonight. And also shout out to all the people. We are like racking up. I'm almost at my record, guys. We are at 278 viewers.
Whoop, whoop.
We're 281. If we can get to 300 before the show ends, that will be my record for a stream. So we're 19 away. But thank you guys again for coming on. This is a lot of fun for me. It is for sure. So we're gonna go to what I think is gonna be the co-main event. They may do this match second. I hope not. I hope they do the Iron Survivors back to back. I don't know what they're going to do. I haven't seen the match order yet, but I think the men's main events, honestly, and I think the women's is either going to go second or maybe co-main event. So we're going to start with the women's. So we're going to go with Soul. We're going to have Soul Ruka. I love Soul. She's great. Lola Vice, Kalani Jordan Grace, or the WWE Women's Evolve Champion Kendall Gray. It's the women's Iron Survivor Challenge. The winner of this will challenge my queen, JC Jane, at New Year's Evil in January. Going to start with Lady Alpha, and we're gonna spice this up a little bit. Sol Ruka did get the victory over JC Jane. I didn't really like that guy, to be honest with you. I don't like JC getting pinned. I love Sol though. But we saw what Zarya did at the end of the match. Was she trying to spear Soul, or was she trying to spear Kendall Gray or Fallon or one of them? Lady Alpha, who do you have winning? And so let's do it like this. Who do you think is first? Who do you think is last? Who do you think wins? And who do you think they pin? I know it's a lot, but I mean, This is the EVP show. We're stretching it.
You might be stretching me a bit far.
Sorry.
Well, first of all, I've never delved in or dove into a match quite like that. But I'm gonna give it my best shot. I think first of all, I think that Kehlani Jordan and Jordan Grace are gonna cancel each other out. That's pretty much gonna be from the start of the match. They're gonna beef and deal with each other, and they're just gonna become non-entities. Um, I believe Sol Ruka is going to win because it makes a lot of sense and it helps forward the break between her and Zarya. Um, and I believe that it's going to come down to a title match between Sol and Zarya, and Zarya is probably going to take the title off Sol, so Sol can move up. She's ready.
Okay.
She's been ready.
So you got Sol Ruka winning it, but who do you have Sol pinning?
I'm gonna say shoot. Kendall Gray.
Lola.
Kendall.
Oh wow, Kendall Gray and Sol last two. Okay, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's good stuff. So you got Sol winning with Sol pinning Kendall Gray. So obviously you have Sol going on to New Year's Evil and facing JC Jane.
Kendall's not ready for
No,
the main title
no,
shot.
no.
She's great. Don't get me
No,
wrong. She is
she
absolutely great. That woman,
technical wrestler. She is a phenomenal.
she is awesome, and I see her going far. She's just not ready there, and she currently holds the Evolve title. So I don't see her getting a title shot for the NXT Women's title. And that's why I went that way. And why it wouldn't hurt her also because she is a champion already,
Right.
and
Right.
she's so new. It's not going to hurt her to take that pin.
True. So I do have a special announcement before I move to Michael. I have officially broken my record for the most views on any stream, and it's probably because I have two awesome guests on, Lady Alpha and Michael the Brains. We are at 301 views, guys. That is
Nice.
absolutely insane.
Killing it.
That's awesome.
For an NXT prediction show. So
Congratulations.
thank you. I appreciate that. That's between my X, my YouTube, and obviously Miami's X. So it's a lot of retweeting, a lot of people supporting, a lot of people reposting. But now we're climbing. We're almost to 310. So I'm gonna go to Michael, the Brains, because you have stumped me a couple of times on this stream. Who do you got winning, and who do you think they pin at the end?
So it's like Lady Alpha's reading my playbook here. I think Sol Ruka is the one coming away with it. It's the only one that really makes sense. Because Kehlani and Jordan still have their thing going because Jordan still feels like she should be the rightful TNA champ, even though Kehlani just lost it. But they still kind of got that back and forth going. Lola's doing her stuff in AAA with Mr. Iguana. So really it comes down to Sol and Kendall isn't ready. Like she's killing it in Evolve, don't get me wrong, but she's not ready for that big of a light to be shown on her yet. As far as who she's pinning, I actually think she's going to end up pinning. I got to pick one of two because I think either way it's going to be one of them screwing the other, Kehlani or Jordan, one of the two. Because I do think they're going to end up taking each other out, and then Sol's just going to kind of reap the benefit of it.
All right, so another Sol Ruka. So that's two Sol Rukas, and you have Sol pinning Kehlani or Jordan Gray. So it's time for the EVP's picks. And obviously, I'm Mr. Controversy. Everybody on X, that's why they call me the EVP. That's why you either love me or you hate me, because I love Cody Rhodes one week and I hate Cody Rhodes the next. It just depends on who wants me to love or hate Cody Rhodes. So I'm not gonna be the vicious EVP, but I am gonna disagree with you guys again. So here's how I break it down. JC Jane is a heel. We all know that. She's my girl. I love her. She's not going to face a heel at New Year's Evil. So Kalani Jordan, that cancels her out. She's not winning. So then we have Jordan Grace. I love Jordan Grace. I think she's phenomenal, but she's had chance after chance after chance after chance at this NXT title, and she hasn't got the job done. She was supposed to go up to SmackDown 2 months ago. She's still on NXT. Jordan Grace and Kalani, like both you guys said, they're gonna cancel each other out. So then we get to Kendall Gray. I love Kendall. She's reminds me of a female version of Kurt Angle with the technical wrestling. She is going to be a superstar. She is the real deal Holyfield, but she's not winning this. So we get to the last two, Sol Ruka and Lola Vice. Now, Michael, I know that you said Lola Vice, which obviously dating Damian Priest. I have to throw that in there. If people are living under a rock, I got to keep Hollywood stuff going on the EVP show. Who's dating who? She did get screwed in her match with JC Jane by somebody in that mask, which turned out to be Laney Reed, who joined Fatal Influence. So if it wasn't for Laney, Sol Ruka wins the NXT Women's Championship. Sol Ruka, I want Sol Ruka to win, but here's why I don't think she's gonna win. I think Zarya screws her. I think Zarya gets involved. They have been teasing this split for a long time, and I think it comes to fruition at Deadline. And I honestly think that Lola Vice is going to pin Sol Ruka for the win. With assistance, not that she's helping Lola, but we're gonna see Zarya get him. I feel like we're gonna see Zarya get involved in this match, and the only person outside of Sol that makes any sense at all to face JC Jane is Lola Vice, simply because she's had a title match against JC Jane, and she was absolutely screwed by the, Laney Reed coming out in the mask, similar to what we saw at Survivor Series with everybody saying it's Chris Jericho, but that man can't get up the damn cage up. He would need an air tank to get in there. But I'm going with Lola Vice. I think that she is being elevated. She's doing good stuff over in AAA. But I think Sol and Zarya is going to go into a big program before. I agree with Alpha that I think they are going to go into a big program before Sol goes up. But Sol has got the best finisher in NXT. The Soul Snatcher is the best finisher move in NXT, bar none. If she hits that, it's over. I don't care who you are. But for me, it just makes the most sense. I have Lola Vice pinning Sol Ruka. If she doesn't pin Sol Ruka, maybe Lola pinning Kendall Gray. But I do think Zarya gets involved and ends up costing Sol Ruka this chance at the NXT Championship, because Sol wasn't there for her when she lost to Fallon Henley in that championship match for this Women's Speed Championship. So yeah, don't do that, Lady Alpha. That's contagious. And then I will get sleep. You're fine. I'm just picking on you. So we got two Sol Rukas and one Lola Vice. So now it is time. Before we go to that, we are at 333 views. The threes are wild, so go buy a lottery ticket. 333.
Already got mine.
So yeah, we're at 334 views. That's just absolutely crazy for a prediction show. But I love it. I don't know if they're on the YouTube, but probably a lot on X. Because I have almost 6K followers. Miami's got a big following. You guys have a big following. So yeah, but I do appreciate it, all of that for sure. All right, so for me, this is the main event. Do you guys agree? You think they got the men? They're gonna put the men's last?
I mean, yeah, that's how it tends to go.
Yeah, I would love to see the women's last, but do you think they co-main event, or do you think they put the women's right? I wouldn't. I would hate if they put the women's right after Ricky Saints and Oba though, because like I feel like the crowd's going to be super hyped for Ricky and Oba, and then you go straight to the women's. Like
Mhm.
I think that maybe would deflate it a little. I would do back to back. What do you guys think on that? The two Iron Survivors, the last two matches, instead of putting the women's second. Like I think they maybe could do Ethan and Mr. Iguana at 2, and then maybe or no, do Izzy Dame Tatum at 2, and then maybe Ethan, Mr. Iguana 3, then the women's 4, and then the match we have here, the men's 5. I think that's how they should do it, but it's Triple H, and so we don't know what he's gonna do. So we got the men's Iron Survivor challenge. It's in my eyes the main event. The winner will challenge for the NXT Championship at New Year's Evil. Now we saw in that 8-man tag last night on NXT that Miles Bourne scored the pinfall victory, so he gets to choose when he comes into the match. So we're gonna have the young OG Javon Evans versus Leon Slater from TNA. Also, I have to do it. Joe Hendry, say his name. He appears from Dark State, which I love that he's in this match. I think it's a big push for somebody in that big faction to be in a big picture match like this. Deion Lennox, and then obviously Miles Bourne. I'm gonna start with Michael first. Who do you have in this match, and who do you have them pinning?
So among the 5, to me, Joe Hendry stands out. He's experienced. It'd be easy for him to pick up a pinfall submission quickly. But the big thing is that they just signed him. And so to me, that kind of leads me to think, well, all right, they've signed him. They're going to do something big with him. So why not have him face your world champ immediately? He's on the roster. Let's do it.
Okay, so Joe Henry for you. Who does he pin though?
That's a tougher question.
I gotta make it tough on you, brother. You're the brains.
Well, it's also just because the lineup that's there.
Yeah,
I mean,
so stacked.
Deion Lennox is really the only heel that's in the group, but he did have that backstage thing with Oba.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's obvious they're trying to like give him a little bit of a push. So burying him being the last pin probably would be a good idea. Leon would be the easy pick because he's the TNA guy.
Yeah.
But I gotta say, probably Javon. Like, because Javon can eat that pin, and I don't think anybody would care.
Yeah, they would,
because he'll come out tomorrow, and they'll still be like, that boy's bouncy. So
yeah, because I mean, he killed it with Gunther.
Yeah.
Even though I know you guys don't want to see Gunther win, you got to admit, like the match with him and Javon and Carmelo, and even he made Solo Sikoa look great. I mean, that match was even good. So
yeah,
Gunther's boring character-wise, but he can put on, like, I love the match with him and Javon. So Lady Alpha, I'm going to go to you next. So Michael's got Joe Henry winning with the pinfall over Deion Lennox. Is that what you said?
No, over Javon.
Over Javon. Okay, yeah, that's a big one there. Lady Alpha, who do you have winning, and who do you have them pinning?
I went way off on this one. Actually, the total opposite. I have Javon Evans winning. And simply because he is getting a lot of traction, a lot of in-ring and television time. He just did Alianzas for AAA.
Mm-hmm.
And he's done major PLEs for WWE. I mean, yeah, he's just basically been food, but but he's doing it. They're pushing him.
Mm-hmm.
Not Uh, they haven't exactly strapped a rocket to him yet. It feels to me like they're testing him out among the main roster and using his popularity from NXT at AAA to, help boost that and everything. So um, I think that he's going to get this win. He's going to get the title shot, which is another reason why I think Ricky, will retain because uh I mean, I've seen Javon and Nova, and that was a great match, but
Mhm.
Javon is no match for Oba.
Yeah.
He does have a fighting chance against Ricky. Um, so, and
Who
as for who he's going to pin, um, that's a tough one. It's a
it's
tough
a tough
one,
it's a tough
but
match.
I think that he most likely will pin Leon Slater, which will create another storyline to help with his push. If they create a feud for him, because well, he's Javon, he's
Mhm.
bouncy, he's this great bubbly character, and he's a face,
Mhm.
so he and he's friends with everybody. But if he screws people over, you know, however, if they feel like they've been screwed over, that's how they're going to create a feud because they're not going to create a feud with his personality because it's too bouncy.
Bouncy.
So he's too friendly. He's too likable as a face. So he's going to have to do something that is perceived as a slight. And
Mhm.
he's close with kind of close with Leon. So who better for him to pin to create a feud for beyond New Year's Evil.
I like it. I like it. So for the first time on the NXT Deadline Prediction Show, we are all three going to have different picks in one of the matches. Um, I may change between now and Saturday, but this is just for the EVP show. Um, so I do agree with Michael on this part. Like Joe Henry just signed. He's a big name. He's been in WrestleMania. I mean, eventually they are going to put the NXT Championship on him, and then we're going to see him on the main roster. Um, but with Ricky Saints retaining, like this is what makes this match a little bit difficult to predict because unless Ricky goes heel, like I think it was Michael that said it. Because there's a lot of faces in this match besides Deion Lennox. Everybody else is pretty much a face. Um, I love Javon Evans. He's gonna be world champion on the main roster at least once or twice before he hangs his boots up. He is incredible. Leon Slater is great. Deion Lennox, I love seeing what he's doing with Dark State. I'm gonna go with a sleeper pick, and the reason being is he got the pinfall last night, and he will get to select when he comes into the match. And if he's a smart man, but he seems to like to do things the hard way, Miles Bourne does. Knowing him, he's probably going to want to start the match, which I don't think is the greatest idea if you have an advantage. I'd be coming in last. I'm going Miles Bourne. He was, slated to have this big push a couple of months ago. We're starting to see it. He had a really solid match with Oba as well. Um, and I know it's going to be, well, if Michael's prediction comes true and Ricky turns heel, then we get the face Miles against the heel Ricky Saints and New Year's Evil. I don't know. I have a feeling it's going to be like a shock factor type thing, and they're going to go with Miles. Like, why did he win the advantage just to lose? I think they're pushing him to the moon. It seems like kind of similar to what they did with his girlfriend Stephanie. I like Miles Bourne. I'm gonna take Miles Bourne to win this match. And I believe that even though I don't really care for it, because Michael already touched on it a little bit, I think Miles Bourne pins Dion Lennox. I know that's not going to look so great for Dion, but if Dion puts on a great showing during the match, maybe it's, down to the end. Like maybe that's, I don't know if that's, I don't, can anybody want either of you guys? I've never seen an Iron Survivor match. So can you guys tell us on the EVP show how, is it all 5 of them in the ring at once, or is it one at a time, like a gauntlet match, or how do they do it, Michael?
So it's 2 people start every 5 minutes. Someone comes in.
Okay.
And then the winner of the match is the person with the most pinfalls.
Okay.
During it, and then there's also a penalty box. When you get pinned, you get put in a penalty box for 90 seconds.
Oh, okay. So I didn't know all that. That's quite interesting. So if I'm Miles, I'm definitely coming in last. If with that advantage, you got to.
Well, that's the thing though. Is like, what strategy do you look for? Because since it's most pinfalls,
oh, true.
The longer you're in, the more pinfalls you can get.
So you may want to start the match.
Yeah. So it's a nice little spin. When they first brought it out, it reminded me a lot of just like what was it, a scramble match from back in the SmackDown days. But they just added a couple extra things to it. It makes it where like that's where you have to think about it. Like, what's my strategy? Do I want to be in there as long as possible, get as many pins as I can, or come in there fresh and wreck house?
It's true. Very true. Well, that is it for the predictions. So NXT deadline is going to be Saturday, December the 6th at 7 p.m. Eastern from San Antonio, Texas. Before we go, I want to give a shout out to, I didn't even see this. Shout out to Next Gen Wrestling. Super supportive. Give them a follow on X. Greg. Shout out to at Herb and Rod podcast. First time seeing them. Glad to see them in here as well. Michael, as always, the CEO himself, Miami. I'm not giving you that introduction again. I'm a little winded from 2 shows yesterday. Tomorrow I'm off, so I can't wait. After the slam, I will be hitting you up. Thanks for stopping by. Greg again. Let's see if there's anybody new. And then somebody with some sort of creepy Halloween profile picture. It's a little scary.
That's a crypt keeper.
Yeah, I don't know what the words are. I don't know what that says.
There's a bunch of smiley faces in there from what.
Yeah. So I guess it's all smiles. And by the way, we have 390 viewers, guys.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you all for looking at our dumb faces.
Man, we
Hey, I would say a lot about me.
That's the 2 of us.
It's on. No. This is you guys, man. Because I mean, like I said, it's a record for the EP shows. So, so before I go, what I like to do is I go to my outro, and then I come back, and then I will go to each of you guys. You can tell everybody where they can find you on your socials if you choose to. If you don't want people to know your business, and you'd say, EVP, I'm not telling them shit, and I don't want them to find me anywhere. But yeah, I'll go to my outro, go to you guys. You can tell the world, to tell all the people that's in there supporting us where to find you, what podcast you guys have, what you guys have coming up. And then at the end, I will wrap up with, where everybody can find me and what I have coming up for the rest of this week into next week. So thank you guys. Don't go anywhere. Be back shortly.
CJP's your guide, let's start the show. Tag team flicking, faction shaking. He's got the scoop for moves they're faking. Built on the line, dreams on display. The EVP show keeps the drama in play. It's good, let's go where the heroes rise and the legends grow. CJP brings the shots, the EVP show, it's out of control.
Let's go. That final let's go. I seen you dancing, Michael. You loving that music there.
Some of the themes in our groups are just like they're bangers.
Yeah. This was actually made for me. When I first got into YouTube, I do like it. It just kind of, if you're kind of sleepy at the end, it's kind of like let's go, and I'm just like, I'm wide awake. We're one away from 400, guys. Can we get there before we end this? Yeah, we just hit it. We're at 400, guys. Unbelievable, unbelievable. Shout out to everybody on the EVP show, on my ex, Miami's ex, whether you're following from Lady Alpha or Michael the Brains. I do want to thank you guys so much. Obviously, first time on my show. I've not been on either one of you guys' shows yet. Hopefully one day we can make that happen for sure. But before you guys go, Lady Alpha, it's been my pleasure. Of course, I love you to death. You're amazing. So joining you guys, you welcome me with open arms, as well as Michael. I love working with you guys. You guys are awesome. Tell us where the world and everybody that's on the EVP show can find you on socials, your podcast, and what you got coming up.
Well, I'm really technically only active as myself on X at Lady Alpha KK, which is under my name there. You can find me Monday nights on the Aftermath with the handsome gentleman next to me here. Stop that. You gotta do it every time.
Every time.
Every time. Anyway, Michael and I do the Aftermath Raw at 11:30 on Monday nights. Tuesday evenings at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard. You can find me on the Wrestling Divas podcast with my friend Alpha. Shit.
You are Alpha.
You are.
I know.
I do this all the time. I call myself the EVP, and I'm like, tune in. I'm to Miami, and then I'm the EVP. Like, what the hell?
I'm having a day. A brain day? It's a brain day.
It's okay.
Most people know when I say brain day, it's
we
got you.
We all have them.
Okay, so Autumn. Autumn is my co-host on the Wrestling Divas. On Friday nights, I host also the Aftermath SmackDown with Big Mike from the Run In Wrestling podcast, which airs on Thursday nights, 7 Eastern, 6 Central. And to help you out, Herb and Raj podcast actually is going to be airing at 9:00 tonight.
Okay.
So that they're Wednesday nights at 9 Eastern, 8 Central. They are primarily, right now we're Alabama football.
Okay.
But they do all Alabama sports. They do dabble in some NFL and other and NBA and baseball, not so much. But football, basketball.
I have to check them out for sure because me and Miami do a sports show. So definitely check them out.
I will say this: even if you're not an Alabama fan, you will enjoy the show because they are a riot. They are so creative in their stuff. So yes, definitely check them out. And I think that's all really about me. You can find the Wrestling Divas podcast on YouTube. We also have socials. All of the links are in our YouTube bio. So, because I cannot remember all of them off the top of my head.
Yeah. Also, I think if I'm not mistaken, before I go to Michael, I'm sure he can probably attest to this more than I can. I think you can go to it. Isn't there a gimmick? Is it on the Kicking Out at 2, or is it the Gimmick Table X profile where you can go to the link tree and find like majority of us that's involved with Gimmick, or which one is it?
It's definitely on the Kicking Out at 2's Twitter. And it's in the description of all of our videos. It's a Gimmick Table Media link tree. It's got all of our people on it, all their stuff that they do, all their socials. So yeah, definitely reach out to all of them.
For sure. And I do want to say thank you, Lady Alpha. the pleasure has been all of mine. I hope this is definitely not the last time. I love you guys being on. I think we made a great. We were. I feel like all three of us were great together. We got Michael over there stomping the hell out of me. It takes a lot because EVP is usually a step above everybody else when it comes to news. So I'm like hearing some of this shit. I'm like, damn, like what, man, that might really happen. So yeah, the pleasure's been all mine. You're a gem.
Thank you
So
for
yeah,
having
thank you.
me.
Absolutely. So Michael, obviously me and you chop it up a lot on my recaps. I appreciate the support. Tell everybody where they can find you
Mhm.
on your socials and what you got coming up. Cause yeah, I know you put out great content as well.
I appreciate that. Yeah, you can catch me personally at Horror Wrestling. And as CJ said earlier in the show, be very careful of how you hear me say that. It's horror, like the type of genre of movies, HORROR wrestling. If you do the other thing that sounds like horror, then you might end up on a whole other side of Twitter you don't want to be on. You can find our group as far as the Gimmick Table Media group. Absolutely, you can find them at Linktree. Gimmick Table Media, all one word. It'll show you everybody there, including Jess over at Moonlit, the DWA guys, Suds and Squared Circle, where they do daytime TV and wrestling content. And he's actually branching out into video game stuff. I just read that the other day. You'll find me and my partner Tori over at Kicking Out of Two Stuff, the Run and Wrestling podcast, and of course the wonderful divas themselves. Definitely follow her because you'll also find her every day in your dreams. But you can catch me and my partner on our show on TikTok, on YouTube, on Twitch, on Blue Sky. Most of them are at Kicking Out at 2. If you don't find it there, add PC at the end because some jackwagon got our name. But you can catch us on all of those.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, it's been great. Obviously, I joined up with DWE. While I was on my break, I was telling Lady Alpha before we went live. I'm not gonna go into all of that. What I was talking about, obviously on air, but because my ex might be watching. She subscribes to my channel, so but yeah, I took a break, obviously. And Miami, and that, I worked with Miami previously, with the main event team. That's where I got the EVP name from. But I worked my rear end off to build my platform. Like, people don't rarely call me CJ. I mean, you guys doing it's fine, but majority of the people in the Discord community and the X community, they call me the EVP because I worked really hard in Twitter Spaces and with the main event team to elevate that name. Obviously, I know there's EVPs like in AEW and all that, but I branded that name for myself. And then obviously I was brought over to DWE and kept my EVP name, but Final Boss Lady is like, nah, we're gonna add a little bit of flavor to it. We're gonna call you the Golden Boy because I started rooting for Cody towards the end of the whole main event experience. Because the Roman stands were just like attacking me like left and right. So I'm like, all right, I'm going with Cody. But yeah, you guys are awesome. Ever since we joined up, it's been a pleasure. Like, our chats are just great. So yeah, thank you guys. But so for me, save myself for last, and we are at 460. I mean, we're almost down 500. That is just crazy. Oh my god, that is unbelievable. I can't when we get done, guys, like, get ready because you're probably gonna have 50 or 60 Twitter X notifications or repost. Check this out. Like, that's just that's what we do at DWE, and that's why there's so many damn people on here. It's unbelievable. Shout out to DWE, Gimmick Table Media. You guys are all amazing. So for me, you can find me on X. Obviously, if you don't know my name, then I think you've probably been living under a rock too. It's at EVPCJP. My lovely friends here can call me CJ, whatever they want to call me. I go by the EVP on X. I am a lot more active now that I'm back on Instagram. I'm promoting a lot of my streams. Obviously, that's the same as you can see at the bottom of the screen. It's at EVPCJP. I've started to branch out a little bit into TikTok. It's not EVPCJP. If you type that in, you're not gonna find me. It's at Brady, like Tom Brady. DA, not THE. So it's at Brady the Goat 21. I put all of like the videos from our pre-show to this. If I clip anything short wise, I put that on YouTube, TikTok, stuff like that. If I make any shorts from tonight's prediction show, stuff like that. And most importantly, is my YouTube channel. It's at the EVP Show. If you guys are not following it, please give me a subscription. I'm at about 155 subscribers. I've been there a while, but like I said, I took an 8-week break. My goal with Talk on Miami, I want to try to get to about 300 by SummerSlam, hopefully. I know that's kind of lowballing, but you got to try to shoot for the stars. I think it's definitely within range with the content that I'm able to put out. I mean, I'm sure they've already done it, but definitely like this stream. Comment on the stream as well, as this puts my YouTube channel and my shows in the algorithm. When people pull up wrestling, I'm able to go into the YouTube studio. And as I can see, like I see Michael's comments from the Raw recap, but 90% of my viewers from the previous Raw recap came from outside of our people. So that's how you get your watch hours. These are the 90% of people from outside of our community that we work with are tuning in and watching back my recap show. So it helps get that show in the algorithm. You got the big boys like Denise and JD and Santi Zap and Conman and Wheezy Blonde and all of them. Like, they're all phenomenal. But obviously I want to get all of our shows in that algorithm with them so we can get mixed up with those guys as well. 477 views. So what I got coming up, I am off tomorrow. I have been super busy the last 2 weeks. 2 shows yesterday, a lot of content pumping out. I'm watching football and I'm sleeping probably the majority of the day tomorrow. I'm not gonna lie to you. I am zapped. Yesterday, me and Miami were on for 2 hours with the NFL recap. As soon as I turned the StreamYard off, I immediately cut NXT on. And as soon as I went off, I was on for the NXT recap. So it's part of it, though. It's part of what we do. So for me, I'll be off tomorrow. You can catch me Friday night, 10:30 p.m. Eastern, back here on the EVP show for my SmackDown recap. I will be covering the Last Time Is Now finals with Gunther, going up against LA Knight to see who will be facing John Cena next weekend for his final match. Saturday, as me and the lovely Lady Alpha and the brains, Mr. Stumper, Michael, we give you guys our predictions on NXT Deadline when the show goes off the air Saturday night, and you can catch that on Peacock. You can see behind me on my background, 7 p.m. Eastern, 6. I think it's 6 is the kickoff and 7 is the start time. So you can catch me for the NXT Deadline recap. I have it set for 10:30 p.m. Eastern Saturday night. I will be breaking down all 5 of the matches. So hopefully you guys, if you guys are awake, tune in. Should be a good show. Usually do the recaps by myself, so it's always a one-man army for me. Next week, oh boy, here we go again. 3 weeks in a row, super busy. Monday, I'll be back at 11 p.m. Eastern for the Raw recap. We'll see the winner of the Last Time Is Now tournament. I will see AJ and Dragon Lee are defending against the War Raiders. Tuesday night, I will be back. We will see what the fallout is from Deadline for NXT recap. And also me and Miami will be back Tuesday as well with NFL Week 14 recap as we're getting closer to the end of the regular season. getting closer to the playoffs. I'm not sure, so don't quote me yet. I haven't got with Miami, and I'm still looking for 2 guests. So anybody watching the stream, if you're here, hit me up in DMs or whatever. I'm looking for 2 guests to come on next week. This is going to be, I expect over 500 views for this, at least. It is going to be the Saturday night main event prediction show. It will be either next Wednesday or next Thursday. I don't know the day or the time yet. I will obviously get with you guys. I'll put it in the chat if any of you guys are available. Please come on so I don't have to beg people on X that I really don't want coming on my show to begin with, because they're going to get on here and probably get camera froze. It's a big event, so I don't think it's gonna be a difficulty trying to get people to come on. It's John Cena's last pay-per-view, guys. So then Friday I'll be back with the SmackDown recap, and then obviously after Saturday night's main event concludes and everybody stops crying, I'll be one of them. I'll be emotional. I'm not the biggest Cena fan, but I will get emotional. It's the last match. I'll be back for the Saturday night's main event recap. So that being said, guys, that wraps up the program for tonight. I want to say a big shout out to Miami and all of DWE, Autumn, Jess, everybody, Lady Alpha, Michael, everybody associated with Gimmick Table Media, especially Lady Alpha and Michael. Thank you guys so much for coming on tonight.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Anytime you guys want to come on, I mean, it's not hard. We're in the same group chat. You see every one of my posts. I spam in there, but sorry about that. But it's just how I promote. But I'll be back Friday night for the SmackDown recap. Lady Alpha has something going on as well that night as well. So I won't see you guys tomorrow. Do not expect to see me, and don't message me saying, we want to see something tonight. My ass is off tomorrow. No streams. I'm taking tomorrow off. The EVP needs to rest his vocal cords. So, but thank you guys so much again. I love what you guys are doing in the community. You guys are inspiration to me and what I'm doing. It makes me step my game up even better because I'm running a solo act. I don't have a partner, but you guys have partners. So I'm doing this all alone. Not alone, like Miami and Greg helped me. Miami does my thumbs. Greg does my videos. But I have to come on here and recap these shows by myself. So it's a little bit more difficult for me to draw viewers and draw attention. So you guys kind of help me with the inspiration of like, you can do it. Like, you're doing a great job. Just keep doing what you're doing. But thank you guys so much. That concludes the EVP show. I am the EVP from the EVP show, and excuse my language if you don't like it, I'm sorry. I am the motherfucking golden boy of DWE, and my special guest tonight was Lady Alpha from. She's already told you, so I'm not gonna have to tell you again. Make sure you subscribe to Lady Alpha and their podcast, and also Michael the Brains at Kicking Out at 2. And that is it for us, guys. Thank you to the 488 viewers that we have live tonight. I'm so appreciative. Thank you so much, guys. And remember, when all this hate's going on in the world, love somebody today. That being said, we're deuces, ooses.